echoing cracks of a falling tree wasn't heard yesterday, only its inevitable thumping crash as news of the passing of Dr. David Kaunda quickly spread. Dr. Kaunda was the first to take up the mantle of leading Zambia following its independence in 1964, to which much is attributed to the efforts and bravery of this valiant man. KK, as he was affectionately known in Zambia and broader SADC, is reported to have succumbed to pneumonia at the Lusaka hospital yesterday. Joining us now with an update on this development and a reflection on the life of Dr. Kaunda, I'm joined by Lusaka-based independent journalist Wamundila Chilinda. Wamundila, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, DCC.
It is indeed a sad day for Zambia. Just how would you express the general mood and reaction in the country following this news yesterday?
Zambians are still in shock, to be very honest, with the news of the passing away of the great man, Dr. David Kaunda, especially that he died the 17th of June on the eve of the death of another great man, former President Dr. Chilinda, who died on the 18th of June. So June will always remain a special month in memory of the two gallant men. But the general mood, as you rightly put it, is extremely something that I can still describe as a shock in many Zambians' mind. Quoting Kalusha Warrior, the football legend, he yesterday posted a very moving and touching message in honor of Dr. Kaunda as being part of the KK11, the national soccer team that KK named after himself. I called it KK11. Yep. In his message, he said, you always live to remember Dr. Kaunda as one of the greatest men that have ever lived in this country. Apart from Kalusha Warrior, there are a number of messages that came from the great men of this country. Denon J. Mwanga was appointed in key government positions from the age of 21. And he also says Kaunda was actually and personally guided him as a parent. We've seen the main opposition political party. You know, Zambia will be going to the elections on the 14th of August this year. But they have since suspended their campaign activities until Dr. Kaunda is put to rest. Yeah. There are a number of dignitaries that have also expressed shock at this particular demise of this great man.
Now, of course, Wamundila, we learned that he was admitted at the Maina Soko hospital in Lusaka, and his death has been attributed to pneumonia. Is that the information that you've managed to collect as well? What do we know about the cause of his death here?
It's definitely pneumonia, according to the records that have been given to the public so far, because a few days ago, I know for sure that a test for corona was done on the late Dr. Kaunda, and he tested negative.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about the formalities to be observed in Zambia over the next couple of days here, or weeks rather.
Yeah, Cabinet has since released the report over the death of Dr. Kaunda. And from what has come out is that the country observed 21 days of national mourning, and that during this period, no activities of entertainment nature will be allowed, and as usual, the flags will fly at half-mast.
All right. Furthermore, let's reflect on the life and times of Dr. David Kaunda. He has a very interesting yet seemingly unusual story, considering the point in time and the struggle for liberation and the approach of many leaders at that particular point in time. Tell us about this unique approach of Dr. Kaunda and how he attained independence here.
It's actually difficult to find where to start from, because the history of this man, his life, what he's done for this country, will require a lot of time to actually describe when we talk of history. But in terms of education, I'm privileged to have gone to school during his time, my early days in school. And I remember this is one man who made education so interesting. We had free education. We had basic incentives such as, for example, toothpaste, all those things, books. So really, if you ask me about the history of Kaunda, I think we need to just take another day.
Perhaps over some kapana, Wamundila. You, of course,
over some kapana, but
definitely. You, of course, also had the opportunity of visiting Namibia not too long ago, I believe, between 2015 and 2016, if memory serves me right. And you got to witness the fruits of KK's generosity and Pan-Africanism. And much of SADC is revered for having opened its doors for its fellow brothers and sisters. You know, how have leaders like Dr. Kaunda fostered Ubuntuism?
Oh, yes. It's evident, to be honest. I'm proud of Namibia for what they have done for Kaunda. First of all, I survived a number of tickets, either for overspeeding or other activities while in Namibia, because the moment city police or state police will realize I'm Zambian, they'll mention Kaunda and it will end there. But I want to say that it's evident in Namibia. I've seen a number of schools, more than one, that have been named after Kaunda. I've been to the multi-million mansion that the Namibian government has built for Kaunda. Many times we had nice times there as Zambians, and I think that is evidence of what Kaunda stood for. He taught Africa and the whole world what humanism, we call it, is all about.
Thank you very much indeed. Amundila, thank you so much for joining us this morning. All the best to you, and of course, keep well over there.
All right, thank you so much, Lishishi, and good morning, Namibia.
There you have it. Wamundila Chilinda is an independent journalist based in Lusaka, Zambia, talking to us this morning about the life and times of, that is, the late Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, as we, of course, came to learn yesterday of his passing to pneumonia, due to pneumonia. He was hospitalized at the Maina Soko, that is, medical center in Lusaka.